Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I wanted to talk about Alpha 4.1.1 going to Wave 3 on the PTU and its latest updates as it gears up for open PTU potentially for this weekend. But also I want to discuss the Idris hype. This frigate might be coming out soon, at least some players think it will. It might go fully flyable for Fleet Week. That's possible, but we don't actually know. So let's address this first, the Idris hype. So yes, the Idris is stealable and more flyable than it ever has been in Alpha 4.1.1. So you can steal it, fly it, you can sort of have NPC crew on it as well, kind of, but this might not be intended. Some players are suggesting that the Idris might be fully flyable and spawnable, potentially for Fleet Week, so owners would get it. And this might have been what the Polaris stress test was in aid of recently. Lots of capital ships flying around. So yeah, this is possible, but don't get your hopes up. CIG said, well, the last time they talked about it, that the Idris would be released with Squadron 42. Though since then, CIG have changed their release cadence and strategy. It's not impossible that the Idris could go flyable with Fleet Week. Just take the rumours that it will with a grain of salt. I mean, they could lock any rooms that aren't done like they did with the Polaris's captain's quarters. Some people are saying that they've seen mentions of the Idris and its other kits in the patch files. I do also want to say that very few players have the Idris M, which is the one that seems to be stealable and flyable, kind of. So is the Idris P complete as well, or is it just as simple as them clearing out some more of the rooms, changing the components, and removing the railgun and some of the weapons? Or is this just another rumour to chuck into the rumour mill? I'd really like to know what you think in the comments below. And do you think the Idris is ready for a level of prime time? Because the ship doesn't have to be fully finished for them to put it in game, obviously, otherwise no ships would be in the game. As I said, I think it's possible, I just don't know. There was a roadmap update as well, so Patrol, Ambush, and the UEE training missions have all been confirmed for 4.1.1, along with some new hairstyles. Actually, the new hairstyles, they appear in 4.1.1 on the PT at the moment. They've been set to tentative, so maybe some of them will appear, some of them might not. Maybe they're just not 100% sure if they're going to be in that initial 4.1.1 release. Maybe there's some bugs and stuff with them. There was a Star Citizen 4.1.1 Wave 3 PTU patch as well. Again, this is focusing on stability and bug fixes. They've re-enabled the patrol missions, and handyman missions are enabled as well. The sort of test is focusing on that, along with ambush and ghillie missions, those UEE ones. The patrol missions you can share them if you want with other players, but they are experiencing issues with that, and some of the players that get them shared with can't see all the objectives. Solo play is currently recommended according to CIG. There's a load of stuff that's not ready for testing or feedback yet. The Fleet Week stuff, the mission refactor for meshing for Commoray, hack and repair, animal missions, multi-location courier missions, and PvP bounties, new collector rewards, NPC comm calls, dialogue additions and improvements, and some redacted stuff. There's been a load of bug fixes in the patch. They fixed 3 client and 4 server crashes, but they also fixed various issues with ships, the arrow radar being inverted, actually radar's not detecting signatures properly, especially with ground vehicles, freelancer shields not working, raft spawning with landing gear up, and lots of weird collision issues with that. Mission progression as well, especially with patrol missions. They solved loads of stuff with that. The combat missions are actually pretty stable and solid now for the most part. I'm interested to know what other people's experiences of patrol, ambush, and the rest of those combat missions are now, along with actually the sort of localized missions, because there's loads of localized missions, especially in Pyro. But yeah, cargo disappearing, lots of fixes for that sort of stuff. There are a load of known issues still. CIG said, we're expecting many missing assets around Area 18, with some replace me textures around. This is temporary and this should be solved pretty soon, but they also said that Ghillie's gauntlet missions do not fail after you quantum travel away is actually a bug, and that will be a fix in the next build. There are some pretty big blockers though. Accepting a shared patrol mission does not allow you to see ping area mission markers. Obviously, they want you to be able to share these missions and actually do them with a friend. Quantum travel will no longer align and spool to target destinations. That's not great. That is a major blocker as well. And then some critical, but obviously not as bad ones. Bed logging in ships can break quantum markers. Hide ship signature objective markers can not appear in ambush missions. Players walking around destroyed landing gear of a ship can fall through the ground. Not ideal. Valkyrie series is missing its mounted door turrets. Check-in medical kiosk is stuck on checking availability. Loading screen at New Babbage. Delivery locations when purchasing an item can be missing. So the patch is getting pretty good. It was pretty good before, but they are making it a lot more stable. They are plowing through a load of those known issues now. Obviously, those blockers need to be solved really before wider PTU, open PTU, but we'll see. So some of my hopes and other thoughts on the patch. I'm hoping that it gets much more playable than 4.1 was. Less bugs, less faff, some more quality of life improvements. That's looking like the plan, because they're going much more of a focus for like the combat and grindable missions. So they're going, look, let's try and make these grindable missions and basic missions sort of repeatable, not feel meh. Give them a bit of love, get them in game, and they're also sort of giving you more accessibility to some of the other gameplay that's already in game, and sort of rounding it out better and giving it more meat on the bones and fixing it. Sort of like the mining changes, allowing you to effectively run mining ops and do that a lot better than ever before. But I think that they're going to be doing that to a load of the combat missions as well, although in 4.1.1 it's only part 1 of their mission updates. Tweaks for more ships like the Raft and Valkyrie would be nice as well. That's absolutely great what they've done to the Raft, doubling its SCU, making it a lot more functional as a vehicle, as well by giving it a flatbed that you can stick cargo on. Valkyrie, so loads of quality of life improvements there, and giving it a lot more health in its different areas. I'd also like to see, if they do run a free fly for Fleet Week, a successful, enjoyable free fly. One that doesn't damage the game because they're trying to run an event, because obviously often they're on a free fly, and at least for portions of the free fly, it looks like to me that they break the game, like the services break, something goes wrong. Now, it's an alpha for a reason, for sure, and that data is still useful to CIG. It's just, it's supposed to be a playable alpha. A lot of people are playing this game now, and you don't want it breaking. On Spectrum, I've seen a lot of people ask CIG to have components on ships carry over between patches consistently, because often if you leave components on your ship, when you move over to a new patch, they're all lost. Previously, they had been like chucked in your, or at least on one of the patches, they got chucked back into your station inventory, which was great, but that seems to have only like happened once, and now they often get lost. So I believe CIG are trying to get more and more items and customizations and even consumables and volatile stuff like refinery jobs. Eventually, they will carry over between patches, so you won't have to worry about that sort of stuff. I believe all your stuff should carry over from like contested zones and that sort of loot in this patch again. They're getting there. More and more stuff will carry over. Hopefully, CIG will be like, oh yeah, let's make sure that ship customizations and component changes carry over as well. By the time you see this video as well, there should be a Star Citizen Live either on now or the VOD of that up. So it's going to be on this year's ongoing story narratives, the Frontier Fighters' efforts to run everyone out of Pyro and their rumoured attack on Invictus. So this will be a Fleet Week event. It looks like the Frontier Fighters may be attacking the Expo in some way. Also, the ongoing regen crisis and what's being done to address it, as well as Wicklow's arrival in Stanton. So loads of cool stuff there that they're going to be talking about and what's going on for the next few events. I'm really happy that this year is all about content and getting Star Citizen more playable, because the content they're putting in the game and evolving is absolutely great. I'm very much looking forward to engineering as a feature though, because I do genuinely believe when they get engineering in, they can balance a load of the ships and combat more permanently. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates today. You should comment down below because we have a ship giveaway. We are giving away 3 golems, 1 each to different lucky winners. All you need to do is to comment on any of my videos made during the month of April. Those ships come with lifetime insurance and a game package. CIG gave us one of those. But yeah, that's all you need to play Star Citizen. What's that? You don't want to use your eyes for looking around Star Citizen with a bit more immersion and maybe some other cool features? Well, you got head tracking and you've got eye tracking with the Tobii Eye Tracker. They're on sale at the moment. You should use the links down below. They're natively supported in Star Citizen, but a load of other games as well. Check them out. I believe they're on sale until the 28th of April. You got NordVPN as well. NordVPN, best darn VPN I ever did advertise on the channel. You want a VPN? You click the links below. It helps out the channel. But also, you could go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Well, I suppose instead of. You don't need to do both. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. There's a members button under this video. There's Patreon, either of those are cool. That really helps out. And I'm just about to record a specific channel member / Patreon video for those lovely people. So that'll be nice. Thank you very much for watching to the end. Genuinely appreciated. You have a great rest of your April, and I'll see you in the verse.